Yo, we're gonna do another reading. This time it's gonna be with my intuition oracle. I'm also gonna get rid of this, give it to somebody for Christmas, so I'm gonna use it for the last time. The artwork is so beautiful. Oh shit. The artwork is so beautiful, but I don't know why I have trouble connecting with it. Look. Look. What does this one say? The joyful affirmation. I know that the purpose of life is to be happy and live purposefully. Actually, I want to read what that says. I really connect with that card. I also really connect with this card for some reason. What the fuck? I've never seen this before. I thought I've seen like all of them. Okay. So we'll do the joyful first. $42. 42. 42. How do you say that? Wait, yeah, anyways. I'm a fake Mexican, guys. Okay. The art of the matter. The joyful is obviously playful, but she is also one of the wisest teachers to be found. She knows the purpose of life is to be happy. She is the epitome of this truth, the secret of life, and she is not naive in the least. She sees how so many other people refuse to allow themselves to be happy, determined to delay happiness until this or that goal is attained. She knows, however, that she cannot let anything interfere with her joyful state of mind, because she needs it to do her best on all levels. She also knows that along with attaining happiness, the purpose of life is to give life purpose. She tells these secrets of life to her sweet little bird friend, who has promised to ally its purpose with hers and spread these truths far and wide. That's the little bird. Oh, fuck. I don't know. I don't know if I could get rid of this. It's so pretty. Okay. Where did I leave off? The joyful wants everyone to do their part to build a community that is harmonious and focus on a path of reaching upward for love, light, and laughter. She knows that life for her fellow mortals is filled with many sorrows and challenges, but that a joyful attitude is a better use of a person's precious alive time and will help facilitate positive change in the world. Like all animals, the bird can see the energies radiating out from inside a being and knows the heart of the joyful is pure and that she can be trusted. Like all beings, she wants to be around positive, joy-filled people because they are the definition of the word attractive. The nature spirits are themselves filled with joy when they see even one human allow themselves to feel joyous, hopeful, and delighted with the simple things of life. For happiness is found in simple things. By being a conduit for delight, wonder, and gratitude, the joyful is opening a way for others wise enough to emulate her. The heart of the matter. If you find yourself taking yourself too seriously, consult the joyful. She knows that life can be worth living if you let it be, and she wants you to remember that the many opportunities to enjoy yourself that exist even when things look bleak and hopeless. When we are sad, experience loss, or are facing difficult circumstances of our own or another's making, we can come to feel that life has no purpose or meaning. But we must remember that happiness is a choice, no matter how difficult it is to accept this fact. The joyful wants to remind us that each moment is a gift and has special meaning. Sorrow does break our heart, but it can also make our hearts stronger by filling them with compassion for others who suffer. Both our joy and our suffering are meant to be shared so that we can comfort and inspire both ourselves and others to go on. We are all in the same situation as mortals. True joy can only come to us when we create a nurturing and supportive environment. I'm like running out of breath for some reason. I don't know why I feel so drained. I know why. It's because I smoked a joint from a smoke shop, and I shouldn't have. Because I feel like this. Okay, anyways. I really love this card, and really, like, actually, I fully resonated with this card. And I love it because she's also, like, dancing, and she's just, like, I don't know why the word skedaddling is coming into my mind, but she's just, like, skipping through life, you know, and like, playing and singing to the birds, you know. That's me. And maybe you, probably you too, if you're watching this. I love this card. It's so important to be joyful. I like that it said that it is a choice. I've said that depression is a choice before, and I know that that can be triggering for people who have been diagnosed with depression, but I am one of those people. And it really is a choice. Like, our lives come down to the choices we make at every moment. We decide what we do, we decide what we feel. And I think that's hard to see at first. But that's why the key to the cure for depression is change, because it just requires you to make a different decision in that moment, you know. Instead of listening to this sad music, I'm going to listen to some healing frequencies instead and clean my house, you know? And that's going to, like, cleaning up the space is going to change your mindset. Instead of laying in bed all day and doom scrolling, trying to get, I really feel like just trying to distract yourself from your dissatisfaction. You can choose to read, to dance, to sing, to make a song from the feelings that you're feeling, to write, to, like, just quite literally anything but bed rotting. Bed rotting, of course, is not going to help you. Of course, it's not going to make you feel better, so why choose to do that? It is a choice. Sorry. I really feel like once you get that through your head, it's going to really help you. Just like it's helped me. And it's changed my life and has made me more joyful. Yeah, anyways. So this one is the patient, which is interesting because this is something, I don't know if I lack it. I think I'm pretty patient and pretty faithful. I trust that everything's gonna happen on its timing, but I do get frustrated when it's not on my timing. So, anyways, I'm gonna read what this says, and maybe it'll really, like, resonate with me. The affirmation says, I can endure whatever twists and turns life brings me. That's for sure. Hi, my love. Okay. Let's see. 24. Spit out there. Okay. A woman looks out from a crescent moon. She seems to be staring sadly at a beautiful angel hovering among the plants and flowers of her divine realm. The angel, however, is bowing her head, seeming to want to avoid direct eye contact with her mortal charge. She knows why this poor woman's face has appeared to her as if out of a tortured dream. The woman has been praying for the strength to endure the tough time she has been having. She has looked deeply into her soul, symbolized by the crescent. The angel's bowed head and hands are held up in a gesture warding off the woman's pain. It hurts to watch this human who is so dear to her suffer. However, she knows that there is nothing even an angel can do to change the fact that in many ways, life is a veil of tears symbolized by the veil that spins out of the angel's right hand to envelop the woman in the moon. Again. Those who have been born into this world are as isolated from each other as the moon is from the earth. The attractive force of gravity keeps the moon spinning about Earth, providing her mysterious illumination and beauty, and serving many vital functions like regulating the tides and the cycles of many of Earth's living plants, animals, and even human beings. In this way, gravity is a symbol of the love that causes us all to seek to get close to another, even if it is only through the usually invisible veil of empathy and shared burden that unites humanity. Oh my god, I can't breathe. Okay. Let me take a second. Okay. Both angel and mortal must remember to stop and smell the flowers that are growing in great profusion. There will always be challenges that threaten our equilibrium, and so to balance our pain and discomfort, we must remember to be aware of the beauty around us and inside us. Endurance, when practiced consciously as the learning and character building lesson it is, gives us time for valuable and much needed self-reflection. Our life moves at the rate we can deal with. To deny this truth is to invite things to change in an even more unpleasant way. Let me say that again. To deny this truth is to invite things to change in an even more unpleasant way. That's crazy. It's literally confirming what I just said. The heart of the matter. It is very important for you to be both realistic and patient during the sustained effort needed to bring your goal into reality. Big things move slowly, and sometimes you just must be able to wait. Heed this lesson well, for when you are waiting, time seems to pass very slowly. There is goodness in things as they are. I love that. There is goodness in things as they are. I think I'm gonna make that the name of this video, but I'm gonna read that again. There is goodness in things as they are. If you appreciate what is good about the status quo, you will find it easier to endure doing without the goal you seek until you finally so achieve it. It will also enable you to stay alert to opportunities you might otherwise miss. Patience is one of the most important yet difficult qualities to manifest properly. Endurance is a spiritual practice, and when practiced consciously as the learning and character building lesson it is, gives us time for valuable and much needed self-reflection. I am patient because I know the alternative is even more uncomfortable. To deny this truth is to invite things to change in an even more unpleasant way. I like that it repeats it. I really like this card. And I did resonate with it. I would be the woman on the moon who's sad, right? And the angel would be the one that's sad for me, trying to comfort me. Literally, it makes so much sense because when I'm feeling the least patient, I go outside and I'm sitting on the grass in the middle of the night, staring up at the trees or staring up at the moon if it's out. And just like expressing to God how frustrated I am and what I need and what I feel, and to help me feel something better. I'll yell at God. And I think God has a lot of grace for me. I think God probably laughs at me because it's like, to him, like, or to the universe, to whatever it is, like, they see the bigger picture, but I don't. So that's why I'm crying. And they know that everything is going to happen the way it's meant to, and that I'm going to experience so much joy, and I have no idea what's in store. But they just watch me and they just chuckle. They giggle at my sorrow. I feel like this angel is my grandma Blanca. She passed away before I was born. I feel like she gets sad with me. I was named after her, and they say I look exactly like her. I wanna cry for like literally no reason, so I'm gonna take that as confirmation. Because literally I said that she experiences my sorrow with me. It's nice though, to know that I'm not alone. I feel like she also lives like vicariously through me. She had to work so hard in her life while she was alive, and then she died after finding out my grandpa was cheating on her. Sorry if it's like this reading has taken a turn, but again, I'm doing these mostly for me, and I'm hoping that you can get something out of them. But I'm like processing this as I'm talking. I think I'm doing things, or I'm gonna be experiencing things that she never got to experience in her life because of her circumstances. So she's waiting too. Okay. What else do you have for us, Elohim? What's the guidance in all of this? This flipped over to the past. Which is interesting because I just talked about the past. It says, I shine awareness and compassion on my past. And then it's another angel looking at the moon at another angel. That's so interesting. Okay. I kind of don't feel like interpreting or anything. I just want to like read and add upon that. I just want to be able to breathe. I think I'm getting sick because I like can't breathe out of this nostril. I already have enough trouble breathing properly. 28. Under a darkening night sky, a cupid has come to a beautiful but lonely place. Hovering before him is a winged head that looks like one of his kind but is not. This is the form taken by the angelic messengers who bring news from on high as the cupids of the world. This higher being has come to inform Cupid of the consequences of his past experiences. The clouds grow even darker as Cupid learns that he was not born with many of the personality traits he has come to accept as his. His early childhood experiences with his mother, Venus, the goddess of love, and his father, Mercury, the wing-footed god of communication, have had both good and bad influences on him. Furthermore, his days of blithely bringing lovers together without thought to the consequences of his actions have resulted in many unions that have been successful, but a few that have ended in pain and regret. It is not easy for such a free spirit as Cupid to hear these things, but it is time for him to learn and grow and move on to greater challenges. As he learns from his past, he gains perspective on his life as a whole. He starts to look less like an infant and more like a young man/god. Though his wings grow smaller, he rises to new levels of enlightenment. His new self-awareness is symbolized by a self-conscious attempt to cover his nakedness, like Adam and Eve. Even Cupid matures when he confronts his past. Damn. I feel like this is hitting whoever's watching this. We are witnessing a momentous occasion. For this, Cupid has been going about his business of love for what seems like many centuries, and he is now ready for the new chapter opening in his life. He can no longer go about his business without relating his actions to what he has learned from the past. He has learned that although his childhood is now over, it still lives out in his memories and in his very being. As he continues to walk through the garden of life, he will be more aware of his patterns and, for the most part, avoid getting stuck by the thorns of plants that have hurt him in the past. Confronting the past is a rite of passage that every thinking being must endure. Our past, and especially our childhood, still lives on in our memories and in our daily behavior. You must become more aware of your traumas, habits, and patterns of behavior. All our self-limiting habits and attitudes initially formed as protective reactions to painful events in our past. Whatever you are unconscious of will manifest itself as the worst possible time and in the worst possible way until you deal with it, thereby becoming stronger. What was an appropriate way of dealing with challenges in the past can be quite inappropriate now. However, it is the nature of habits to rule us unless we first become aware that they are habits, examine the events that give rise to them, and become aware when they are active. Habits can be transformed through patience, awareness, and substituting positive habits, including affirmations and visualizations. Remember that your life will change for the better if the habitual way of doing things is eliminated. The nature of habits is that we are usually unaware of them, and so a little loving, outside help is sometimes needed. It's interesting. I guess this is reminding me of, there's a lesson I learned recently. And even though I'm pretty much done with a past situation, or not pretty much, I'm done. I don't think the door has necessarily closed because they have not been willing to close it. But on my end, I have walked away from the door altogether. So, anyways, a lesson that I learned after coming to this point. I ended up looking at their Spotify again. Actually, I still do sometimes, and I probably shouldn't. But I keep catching myself because, it's just a habit that I have. When I was super, sad, and when I did want this person back into my life, that's what I would do. I would listen to their music. I would go to their Spotify, listen to the music that they listen to, get into their heads, see what they might be thinking, get any clues as to whether they were gonna reach out soon. And I realized recently, it's I don't care anymore. For sure, I know that they are thinking about it. Just from the music that they're listening to, I see that they still care, and they're probably contemplating, but I realized I don't care. I'm pretty sure this dude is probably gonna reach out to me eventually, especially because of the time of year. And if he doesn't, awesome. I get to prance around joyfully. I get to skedaddle joyfully. And and that's sad. I would be grateful if that's the case, but because they are who they are and I am who I am, I know they won't be able to resist much longer. And I don't care. They could just do whatever they want, but they could listen to whatever music they want. They could continue wallowing in their self-pity. I don't care anymore. I need to stop habitually looking at their shit, though. Because sometimes it does come with temptation. Sometimes I do want to listen to it. And then if I listen to it, it gets me back into this depressive state, which goes back to the joyful. Joy is a choice. I have to choose to listen to my own fucking music that I enjoy more than I enjoy his. Why am I addicted to the feelings, to the sorrow that comes from this connection? Or rather, from this lack of connection. Why should I put my focus on that? That's gonna end up being my reality for the rest of my life if I keep choosing that. I choose better. I choose to prance around and focus on what's around me, not what's missing. And if you're watching this, I think that's a lesson that you have to learn. You have to let things stay in the past, let people stay in the past. You have to catch yourself. If you check on their Instagram, consistently catch yourself and just choose not to do it. Take them off of your search engine or block them or, whatever you have to do to make it easier to, let go of this habit that doesn't put you in a positive mindset. This reading I feel like was more chill. I don't know. I guess because I'm feeling a little sick that I don't feel as high energy as I usually do. I'm still trying to decide if I want to get rid of this or not because I've really liked these explanations. Let me look at this one. I've seen this one before, but I really connected this one. And I keep seeing phoenix imagery. I don't know. I don't think I want to get rid of it. So I'm going to take that as a sign. If it was really meant for me to give it away, then I would just feel the impulse to give it away. It wouldn't even be a question, right? This is a lesson that I learned too from an old spiritual mentor of mine and friend. He told me that how did he put it? Okay. Downloads come with impulses, whether they're good ones or not. Or I think he said spirits use you through impulses, whether it's good ones or not. I think that's what he said. So if it's a bad spirit, it'll come with an impulse. No, I'm saying it wrong. Oh my gosh. Okay, literally, I love that my dog was like, hold up. You're not saying it right. Okay, no, that's not what he said. The Holy Spirit will communicate and use you, and you'll know that it's the Holy Spirit because it comes with an impulse. If you start second guessing it, or as you're doing it, then it's probably not meant for you to be doing it. I think that's what he said. So anyways, I felt the impulse to make this video. And I'm not second guessing it. Like, I feel at peace doing it, so I think it's meant for me to do it, you know? So if you're getting the impulse to do something, this is what I'm looking at. If you're getting the impulse to maybe reach out, because look at how he's like hesitating. She's like, here, I'm here. And he's like, oh, I don't know. I don't know. You're like too pretty, and I'm over here like. I feel like this imagery is like really significant. Anyways, you need to stop doubting your impulses and just act. If it brings you peace at the thought of doing it, then it's meant for you to do it. If it gives you more anxiety, then it's not meant for you to do it. If you feel more anxiety avoiding this thing, then you shouldn't be avoiding it. I hope I'm making sense. But you're rising like a phoenix. You're learning a lot of lessons right now. You're letting go of the past. You're learning patience. And God wants to reward you for that patience. Literally, the affirmation for this card says, it's the summoner, and it says, I ask for what I want because I deserve to get it. You deserve to have what you want. You deserve to indulge in your desires. You deserve to be free from your past and maybe be free from any past people. You deserve to be joyful. You shouldn't be sad. Life should feel like play. So play. Stop being afraid you're not gonna get hurt. Or if you get hurt, it's just another lesson and you'll be able to handle it. Where the fuck is my phone? Oh, it's over there. Okay, I'm gonna end it, but I accept my desires as a pure expression of my essential self. Okay, take that, and I'm keeping these cards, and I love you, and bye.